Hello, everyone. So we are going to start Anyone Python Season 2, Episode 3. So we are going to continue to learn about the command line interface. Specifically, we will review the last 2 weeks the command that we have learned, and then we are going to continue to learn the how to deal with the file and directory. Those commands are the most important part of the command line. Then I'm going to introduce some other interesting and also a little bit advanced command today. Okay, definitely we cannot cover all the topics in command line. This is just a beginning and start. I believe that you are able to cover the rest of part. So then you hopefully you guys get familiar with the command line when you are using the computer, and especially later when we are doing the Python programming. Okay, so before we start, please be ready for the screen with your terminal or the Git-bash shell, because mostly today we are going to use the terminal. If you are using the Mac, and also if you are using Windows, we are going to use the Git-bash shell. So please be ready. And if you have any questions, please using chatting box. The Unji and the Trini are waiting for your questions. So they will the response to you. But as you have seen before, the chatting box is only for the question and answer. So then you guys can help each other. Okay, so before we start, we can start with the stretch. So we have a lot of things to do today. Okay, so please try to follow me in case you cannot follow me. So you don't have to be frustrated. Just ask the question to the GA, NG, or the Trinity. Also, you guys can cover the missing part during the weekend using the recorded video. Okay, so let me share my iPad. I decided to back to my iPad. I tried to use the pen technologies last week. It didn't work very well, so I back to the old iPad. Okay, so last 2 weeks we installed the Git-bash for Windows user. For Mac OS user, we started to use the terminal, using terminal or the Git-bash. So we learned several commands. The first one is the obviously we have used ls command. So what is the ls command? Ls command is, as I said, so when you imagine what's the meaning of command, it's the mostly intuitive way. It's not very complicated naming rule. So you can just think about 1 or 2 seconds. Mostly you guys can imagine the meaning of that. The ls is the list. So we can list all the files in current directory. So what is a directory? Directory is the kind of folder, basket, where the old files, many files are in there. The directory is not a file, but it is kind of basket or the folder or the cabinet, like where we can put a lot of files. So ls command shows all the files in the current directory. Also, we learned the pwd command. One of the problem of using such a command line is we don't know where we are. So that is the main problem. So from time to time, so you need to check where I am. So pwd. It shows the path or the location of the current working directory. So print working directory. So one more thing is actually the computer has the tree structure, tree. So like the family tree, it starts from the root. This is called the root. And on Windows, so you probably see the C drive. It's the same thing. So under the root, so there are children. So child directory, like for example, user or the admin or something other. Then under the user, for example, we have JELEE, like that. So when we write down the path of the file, so we can always start from the root. And under the root, we have user. And under the user, it's a JELEE, like that. This is called the path of your file. So you can write down the file name over here. So this is how to write the path of your file, location of your file, because our file, so basically tree structure. Windows is the same thing. Windows starts from the C. Under the C, user and the admin and the so on. Like we can use the slash to represent the child process. Let me erase this. Then we have learned also PWD. Then we learned the RM, but we will see the RM later. Also, we have learned the CD. What is the CD? Can you guys remember that? What is the CD? Where's my chatting box? Yes. So what is the CD? It's a change directory, right? So when we move to the child, the directory, yeah, very nice, the Olivia, the Jonathan, and the Jiwon. So we are going to move to another directory. Imagine, so like if our computer is a big building, so inside the building, sometimes you want to move change the room. So this is the command to change the location, change the room. The CD command. Then also we can create the room. We can create the directory. We can create a folder. It's the same meaning. So mkdir is a command to create the directory. Also, not only just the directory, we want to create a file. How can we create a file? So we can use touch. So like the Elsa, when Elsa touch something, is the freezing. So when we are using touch, whenever touch, a new file is created, but there is nothing inside. So it's like just the outline. Okay, so it's a touch, create the empty file. Okay, then we slightly see the mv command. So what is the mv? So it's a move. So move is a command to move a file or to move a directory. So we will practice the such a command, the task you guys can follow. So when you are using this kind of command, so as we discussed a lot, there might be option. So option will be specified right after the command with the hyphen. So for example, so when you are using ls command, so ls space, always give the space, and the -l option is, L option usually represent long format. So show the format of the file information. So you can see the very detailed information like that. If you have another option, you can -al. So you can use the -al. Two options are used. The one is A, old file, and L, long the format. So then you can see the a.txt and show all the information like this. So there is a space also. So when you are using command, it's very important to know what kind of, this is called argument. So argument, or sometimes it's called a parameter. So you need to understand what are the required argument or the parameter like this. So for example, when you move something, you need to have a target and destination. So always the move has the source and destination and space. Move A to B. So as source to target, like that. Okay. So I think that you already practiced a lot with the previous recorded video as well as the homework that I gave you. So I gave you the terminus, which is developed by the MIT student. So it's just for fun, but it's interesting to know the something culture, the computer science and engineering in MIT like that. So I believe you guys enjoyed that because you already did the homework a lot. So let's start right away. So let me change my screen to my desktop here. Okay, so from now on, I'm going to use only what is this, terminal. So if you don't start the terminal yet, please start the terminal. Or if you are using Windows, you guys can start the Git-bash. You can type the Git here and bash. So you can double click and you can have the similar terminal with to use the command line. So I'm going to use this pretty much very similar, slightly different. So if you have any problem, just ask a question to the chatting box. So then the Unji and the Trinity will take care. Okay, so I start. So please follow me. You don't have to listen to me carefully, just follow do something. So first, why don't you move to your home directory? So what is a command to move back to the home directory? Anyone? Anyone? How to back to home always? Yes, the Hewan said the CD space tilt. That works. So why don't you type like that? Or any other way? If you don't like to type the tilt, you don't know where it is, just a CD enter. Then you can go back to the home always. How do you know whether this is home or not? How do you know? By the way, Jennifer, if you type the CD double dot means it's a parent directory. So depending on where you are, it may be home, it may not be home. So for safe, you can CD enter or CD tilt. Okay, then.
And I don't have that much. Okay, I put.
Trinity, so can you mute?
Sincere.
Oh, sorry.
Can you mute? Thank you, Trinity. Okay, so then, so if you move back to the home already, the next one is create a new directory. Name is my _ folder. So why don't you create the new folder, new directory? So how can you create the directory? Anyone? Yes, mkdir, make directory. So my _ folder. Yes, so you can create the folder like this. So how do I know whether I create the folder or not? So you can use ls command, my _ folder. Where is it? Here. Why is not created? It's so weird. Let me check. Yes, there is. See, so it's a directory. So it's the my _ folder is over here. Yes. Then the next one is change directory to the my _ folder. So change directory. So change directory. What is the command? CD. Yes. my underscore folder. So check where you are, pwd. So if you can see that this or similar one, probably this is my username, so your username may be different. Or sometimes depending on your computer, it might be longer than that because that means your home is different. It's totally fine. As long as you can see the last one is my underscore folder, it's okay. So this is the current location, my underscore folder. So everybody can follow me. So if you can follow me, please give me a thumbs up. Let me quickly check how many of them are following. So give me a thumbs up. You can use the reaction button, thumbs up, very nice, very nice. And but only half of. So if you do not give me the thumbs up, that means you need to, if you lose the way to follow me, so the rest of the lecture today, you cannot follow. So please try. I'm slowing down. So, but type something, then see what's happened. If you cannot follow me, please ask the question to the Trinity or the Unji. Okay, then the next little bit speeder. Create a new file. The name is my underscore file.txt. So how can you create it? There are actually several different ways, but we learned a touch, right? So touch my underscore file.txt file. Check whether you create the file or not. ls command, my underscore file.txt. Yay, we have a file. I want to see more details. -al option, most popular option. So then you can see the name. I'm the owner. Probably your name will be here. It's a group. You don't have to worry about right now. It's the date of creation, create date, and the file name. And also 0 means it's a file size because there's nothing inside. It's a file size is 0. Okay, so we create the file. The next, list the file info. We already did. Okay, create 2 directories. dir1, dir2 in the current directory, which means my underscore folder. Create 2 directories, dir1, dir2. So why don't you create? So what will be the command? So what will be the command? Yes, it's a make directory, mkdir. So create the 2 directory. Somebody like the nkdir1, nkdir2, like that. Or you can do this one. Erase this one is working. So what happened? nkdir, dir1, dir2. What will be happen? It works. So you can see the 2 directories are created. So like this. So you can save time when you create the several files. When you touch ABC, then the ABC will be created. You can say erase, save your time. Then, if you already created this one, next task, move. So you can see that we have a file over here, my underscore file.txt. Why don't you fit this file into the dir1? dir1. So which command will be used? Anyone? So which command? Yes, Jonathan, the move. So move, how can you use the move? Source, destination. We want to move the my underscore file.txt to where? dir1. So why don't you type source and destination. Enter. Then check it. Wow, where it goes. So we cannot see the my underscore file.txt. So what happened? What happened, guys? It moved, right? So it moved. So we have used the move command, move, just to move. So we move the file, my underscore file.txt to the dir1 directory. So why don't you change the directory? We need to check whether it's moved dir1. So always check where you are. Oh yeah, so I'm in the dir1. Then using ls command, you can check the my underscore file.txt over here. I have used this one, star or asterisk. So I'm going to explain what is it, what the heck is that? So I will explain that later. So, but just the type ls minus a here. Don't forget. So do not ignore the space. So space is actually the way to recognize what is the command and what is the option and what is the file name, like that. Do not ignore the space. Okay, so you can check the my underscore file.txt. Then the next task is why don't you move this file to the dir2? I will give a little bit time. So why don't you move this file to dir2? If you successfully moved, why don't you copy and paste your command to chatting box? So I'd like to see what command you use. Okay, so why don't you give me your answer to move my underscore file.txt to move this file to dir2. Anyone? If you did this successfully, give me a thumbs up, then copy and paste your answer to the chatting box. Anyone? Nobody yet? So how can we move? How can we move this file to the dir2? Yes, the Joseph used the mv myfile.txt dir2. Does it work? So let me try. And my file.txt dir2. What happened? File name is changed. dir2 is a file. It's not directory. It's not actually moved. So we need to get back dir2 my file.txt. So this one doesn't work. So anyone else? So anyone else? So think. Let me explain. Right now, my folder. This is a my folder. Okay, and under the my folder, so we have the file, the my file.txt. Then we have a dir1 and dir2 here. So these are directory. This is a file. What we wanna do is right now we move this file into here. So right now my underscore file is under dir1, right? What we wanna do is that this file is not moving here. It's a move going back to the parents, then going to the dir2. It's a two-step. So first, you need to move the my file.txt to the, what is a parent? Double dot. Here we can use double dot. Okay? Here we can use the double dot to go back to your parents. So do you remember that there are two symbols, single dot and double dot. The single dot means what? Single dot means, anyone? Single dot means, single dot single dot is current directory. Yes, very nice. Then what about the double dot? So double dot means go back to parents. Yes, Daniel, very nice. So to move this file to the dir2, first you need to back to parent, then dir2. So here, my underscore file.txt to where? Double dot slash and dir2. Then enter. So this is very important and very useful. So that's the reason you can use the single dot, double dot directory. Then you can go anywhere. Okay. If you have the very complicated tree, family tree, you can relate the chase. So my parents, sibling, child. At that time, you can use the single dot current, double dot parents, directory child, directory name, like that. Okay, so you can use this command. Then what happened? This file is moved to the first double dot parents. Then parents is the my underscore folder. And the child dir2. So let's get back to the dir2. How can you get back to the parents? cd dot dot. Okay. So check where you are. Right now, my underscore folder. Then ls dir2. Check the dir2. pwd dir2. ls. Yes, my underscore file.txt is right now dir2. Okay. So if you lose the file, you don't know where it is, create the file under dir1, touch. Then move to the dir2. Okay. So there's another tip, very interesting tip. Here, right now, I'm in the dir2. I want to go back to the dir1. So right now, I'm here, dir2, and get back to the dir1. How can you do that? First, you need to go back to parent and the dir1. So for example, cd double dot, okay? Then cd dir1. Then you can come back to the dir1. Or vice versa. You can do this job at once. Like for example, cd double dot means my underscore folder, then dir2. Where is it? dir2. So here cd double dot dir2, okay? dir1, then you can back to the dir1 at once. It looks like magic, right? No? So it's very useful when you are using the single dot, double dot. So it's very useful to change the directory or give the file. Another thing is, can I use the double dot 2 times like this? What happened? Just imagine double dot slash double dot. What will be happen? What will be happen if you are using double dot slash double dot? Home? Yes, here is home. Because parent of parent. So here, for example, you are here. So parent of parent, that is home. So for example, here, so if I enter this command, pwd, right now, JELEE, my home. Okay. So you can use the combination of a single dot, double dot dictionary. So if you get familiar with this, it's really fantastic. You can move at once. So let me change the directory. So to then the dir2. So right now I'm in the dir2. So please find your directory using pwd where you are. Then if you are in the dir2, it's okay. So everybody can follow me. If you can follow me, please give me thumbs up. Very nice, very nice. Very good. Very nice. Okay, so if you are not sure what I'm doing right now, so please practice. Also, the last week homework, the terminus is very, very helpful if you want to get used to such a command. Okay, move forward. So change directory into the dir2 we already did, and check the my underscore file.txt we already did. And oops, you cannot see. Yes, change parent the directory. How can you get back to the parent directory? cd double dot. In Korean, I'm using sometimes dot in Korean is the different, but most of the computer science student and the engineer in Korean, the code, this one is a 땡땡. So you can use this, the double dot, single dot, or 땡땡 to move to the parents. Okay, so we can move back to the parents. Always check where you are, pwd command. And next one. So move dir directory under dir2. So meaning is, before you run your command, let me explain. So right now, currently you are in here, my underscore folder. This is your current directory, okay? You wanna move the dir1 entire directory under dir2, like this. Can you understand the question? So you are going to move the entire directory under dir2, directory inside the directory, okay? How can you do that? Just move dir1 and under dir2. Then you can move, yes, right. But if you want to make sure, really make sure, so most of cases you can use a dir2 like this and slash. That means current directory, under current directory, there is a dir2 and under this, which means dir1 move to the here. So if you want to really make sure this command, so you can use the single dot slash together. But you can just use the dir2, then enter. Then check what happened. First, dir1 is gone. There's no dir1, okay? So right now, you need to check where you are, pwd, my folder. So you need to go to the dir2, cd dir2, then check. There's a dir1 here. So what is a dir1? Let me check with the -AR. So dir1 is the directory. You can see the first letter means it's the D indicate dir3. So dir1 actually moved to the under dir2. Okay, so this is all the command that we have learned so far. Okay, so next, today we are going to start a copy. So copy, how can you copy? Can you guess the command for the copy? Anyone? Copy? Yes. So instead of using copy, it's lazy. So most of the developer and the computer scientists, they are lazy. So they don't want to type the 4-letter, instead the 2-letter. So command is the CP. So CP is the command. Always just like the move, source, and destination. So this is the existing file. Okay, this one will be new file name, but exactly copy. You can make the different name. So like the source and destination. But the difference between CP and move is CP move. Actually, source will be gone, just move. However, CP is the copy. So two files will exist with a different name. Also, you can copy directory also. So copy the directory. If you want to copy the directory, you can give the source and new directory name over here. So this is a copy command. Don't forget the space between them. Okay, then let's try. So let's try the check the where you are. So you should be under the dir2. Oh, this is a dir2 and dir1. So cd dir1. Okay, so right now you are dir2 and the dir1. This is my mistake. So dir2, dir1. Okay. Check the file. So no file exists yet. So I think something different. So touch my underscore file .txt. Okay, touch the file. So you have the my underscore file .txt. So we have a file. So we are going to copy cp my underscore file .txt to the my underscore copy .txt. Source, existing file, and new file name. Okay, they are exactly same. So you can copy the file, then check. How can we check? ls command. So you can see new file. So time is the latest one is the original file. Okay, then so then my file.txt as the my copy to that txt under parents this time, under parents. So currently you are under the dir1, right? But under the dir2. So this one is wrong. Let me check. So this is under dir2. So this is a 2, this is a 1, and right. Okay, then. So how can you copy the file? But when you copy, this time the copy the file under the parent directory, we can always use double dot. So parents, copy my file.txt. Where? Parents. Okay. Slash. What is the file name? My copy to the txt. Like that is. So meaning is, I'm going to copy this. File name is my underscore copy to that txt, but not here. It's a double dot. Double dot means going back to parents. So parents is the dir2. Under dir2, so we can copy the file. So enter. Then check. There's no my underscore copy to that txt, even though I copied. Why? Where is it? Where is it? Anyone? So where is such a file? It's under. Give me the answer. Anyone can? This is the under parents dir2. So let's check cd double dot parents dir2. Then ls. You can see my copy to dot txt. This file is copied under parent directory. Okay, so it's a dot, single dot, double dot. It's very, very useful. So it's under dir2. Very nice, Joseph and Maria. So always check where you are. Right now, I'm in under the dir2. Okay, so dir2, I copy the file. So you can copy even, you can move anywhere. You can change the directory anywhere in one command using single dot, double dot, and slash. Okay. Move parent directory. Okay, we already checked this. And my folder, then check the file. So move back to the parents and then ls. So this one is, so this one is 2, and so check the where you are. Okay, let me little bit wait so you guys can follow me. So right now we are practicing how to use the CD and single dot, double dot, and the move and so on. If it's not rocket science, it's a very simple command, but the problem is that you never used such a command. But once you got used, it's really the simple, and you don't have to click. Instead, you can use just the keyboard and file copy, file move, and change the directory always. So it's just a matter of the practice. So please try to get used to practice. Okay. So right now, your current directory should be my underscore folder, like me. So pwd my underscore folder. So this time, this should be the 2. So this time the question is copy dir2 as dir underscore copy. Okay, like this command. So why don't you type cp dir2 dir underscore copy. Does it work? What happened? So when you copy a directory, so directory you cannot copy like the file. But Professor Lee said, so you can copy the directory using cp command. So how can you do that? Anyone? This time we can use a special option to copy the directory. So cp, so dir2. Before that, minus r option, dir2. So dir copy. So minus r option usually means what? Anyone who can guess? The R stands for what? Anyone who can guess? What's the meaning of R? Repeat, very nice. Or recursive, yes. So it's almost the same meaning. So because the directory should have another file under the directory, and even directory under directory, subdirectory. So you need to repeat the copy. So a lot copy will be happen. So R means recursive copy or repeated copy. So if you enter this, then something happened. So ls, you can see the dir underscore copy. Okay. Then we want to check cd dir the copy. We can see all the file that we created before, just like the dir2, because we copied dir2 as the dir copy. So they are the same directory, okay? Same thing inside, okay? The next question is back to home. So please, back to, how can we back to home? CD, enter. Then you are right now home. Wow, we did a lot. We are able to copy the file. We can also copy the directory. How can we copy the directory? Using R option. So we can move the file, we can move the directory, even it's not in the same directory. We can move parents of parents, or parents of child, and so on, using what? Single dot, double dot, and slash. So try to understand the way to use. Okay, that's clear. The next command is that we have seen the before a little bit. So can you guess the meaning of RM? Remove, right. Then what about the RMDIR? RMDIR. Remove what? It's a directory. So we are going to practice RM and the RMDIR. So check the current directory. So right now I'm in the home. So then I'm going to move to, why don't you move to your folder, my underscore folder that you create the first time today. So why don't you move to the my underscore folder? So why don't you move? If you do not follow so far, it's okay. Don't worry, okay? So later, you guys can, over the weekend, practice with the recorded video. It's not rocket science. Everybody can follow. Okay, so right now, you should be in the my underscore folder. Then we have dir2. So here, so let me change it. So dir2. So why don't you try to remove the dir? So how can we remove? RM dir, dir2. What happened? What happened? So why don't you type RMDIR and dir2? So you can see what? You can see what? Directory is not empty. Yes, there is something inside. So you cannot delete the directory. So for example, if you throw away like this bag, so this is a folder. If you throw away, you don't know where something inside, okay? So you don't want to lose this one. So it's not it's prevented to delete the directory with the file, with the others. So you need to delete first. So cd dir2, and I'd like to delete the dir1, rmdir, dir1. So it's still error. So I need to go to the dir1. So nobody wants to chase all the back and forth. So why don't you get back to the dir2, okay? So my folder. My folder, and here. So first, you need to delete everything under the directory. However, it's really, really boring job and tedious. Sometimes you cannot do that if you have too many files inside. Instead, there's one nice option. Anyone? We already use a lot. Minus R option. It's a repeat. So RM dir minus R and dir2. Oh, not this. RM. So instead of using RM dir, so we are going to use RM command with the R option. So meaning is we are going to delete the dir2 and repeat it. So if you enter this, the RM dir2 is deleted. However, please be careful. Before you run this command, check where you are. Please, if you are not sure, do not use this command. because it deletes all the file under the directory, this directory. So if you are in the root, for example, you will delete all files on your computer. So your computer will not work. So please be careful when you are using this command rm-r. That really happened. Okay. So first check where you are. Then run this command for the specific directory that you can see. But this one is very useful to delete the entire directory. Okay. So same thing for the dir copy. So how can you delete? dir copy. And you will not have any file. So please be careful when you are using -r option with rm. It will delete everything. Okay, this one will happen in real. So even experts, they sometimes accidentally delete all the file, but also useful. So be careful when you are using the rm with -r option. Okay, the next. I think pretty much we learned most of the command for file handling, directory handling. This is very important when you are using the command line. There are pro tip. Pro tip means if you do not know, it's okay, but if you know that, it will help you save your life. So why don't you create the 3 files? So you should be my underscore folder, then create the 3 file. How can you create? Touch my file1 txt, my file2 txt, my file3 txt, like this. Okay, enter. So check. So you have 3 files. Then always you are able to use first asterisk. If you ls-al my underscore file, I'd like to list all the file, starting with my file. Asterisk sometimes means wide character. Wide character means the starting with the my underscore file will be displayed here. Okay, enter. It shows this. Or you can use the wildcard like this. Starting with anything, but ending with .txt. Then it shows like this. Starting with this. Or, so I do not know exactly file name, but it has one inside. Beginning wide, ending wide, but it should have one. Then enter, only this file will be written. So wildcard is very useful. You don't have to type everything. You can just use the wildcard. So this is a wildcard asterisk. And another very useful pro tip is using tab. So for example, I'd write to ls-al my. I do not know the file name. So you can tab. So once again, type my, then enter the tab. Tab is your left-hand side, the tab key, tab. Actually, it shows the rest of autofill. This one is called the autofill, the character. So automatically find the next, the file name. But this time it's a stop here because 1, 2, 3, there are 3 options. So if you enter no file, the tab again, so it shows the 3 files over here. So you can always use the tab key if you don't want to type everything. So here, 1. Then here you can type the tab key again, automatically fill out the rest of them. You don't have to type every time. Once again. So ls minus al my, then enter. Not enter, my tab. Why don't you type tab? And tab again. There are 3 options. So you can type 2, then tab key again. Then automatically fill up the rest of them. This is very, very useful when you have the very long name of the file. Okay. So this is the property. Also, right now, why don't you use arrow key? You can see the command previously you used. Arrow up, arrow down. So why don't you use arrow up, arrow down to check the previous command. It's always available. So you don't have to type every time again and again. Instead, you can use this. Also, if you wanna change only the one, you can use the left arrow, right arrow. So left arrow, delete, and type 2 like this. So you can use the arrow key to the up arrow means previous command. Down arrow means next command. Left arrow means when you change the move, the same command, right? It's the same thing. Delete, delete. Okay. So this is the pro tip to when you are using the command line. It's very, very useful. Next one is echo command. So echo command is, why don't you type echo like this, hello. So double quotation mark inside whatever you want, you can type. So if you already took the season 1, so we learned what is a hello world. Do you remember that? Hello world is the first program that we are using. So it's like the print in Python. So print in Python, echo hello world. You can enter. Then hello world will be this. Oh, there's a misspell. I can change. So like this. Okay. Echo use a lot, really. Why don't you type this one? Echo dollar the path or the shell. So if you enter this, you can see your shell name. I'm using G shell, but if you are using Git-bash, it shows the BASH like that. So this echo command really, really useful to display purpose. It's like a print command in Python. Okay. These are the other command. It's a very popular use. So for example, who am I is the command username to display the username. And also it's a messed up, so I want to clean up. So clear. It's a clean up your command line. And another last command that I'm going to introduce today is the man command. Anyone who can guess what does the man means? Man, M-A-N. Man. It's called the manual. It's not the man and woman, it's a manual. So if you want to see the manual of LS, but you don't have to worry about right now. You may not use this command properly. After we cover the editor, you are able to. So for example, it will show like this. So later, once we cover the editor, I will explain the more details. So question is, I want to know more about such a command. How can I find, I cannot use the manual right now. How can I find the information about the command? Always use season 1. I suggest you guys to use a lot this Google. So like the ls, the command. Then it shows the very detailed ls man page and 15 basic ls command example. You will learn a lot with Google help. So why don't you search always Google? For example, Professor Lee mentioned who am I, but I cannot understand what is who am I type. And who am I, it will be displayed. In computing, who am I is a command found on the most Unix-like operating. So you can always use the Google to find more information about it. Okay, there are advanced commands. From time to time, if I have a chance to do the season 3, so I will explain more about this. But this the season 2. Among them, I wanna introduce this part, command line editor. So command line editor is the most challenging part in command line interface. So because you guys already can use the MS Word, Notepad, or such a thing, or text editor, but command line does not use such the graphical user interface. Instead, it uses VI or the VIN. So let's from now on VI. So VI is the editor, the command line. So next week, I'm going to introduce how to use the VI. Okay, not done yet today. So this will be your homework today because we didn't have enough time this. So I ask you download the zip file. So why don't you go to anyone Python always. So this is your directory, desktop, and under the desktop, you guys right now are able to use the command line to move. So desktop, then anyone Python directory. Here, you download this file, zip file. Please uncompress this file, then create any Python S. You can always use tab. You don't have to type every time. Okay, then ls. So let me open this for your better. See. So this one is the directory you can find. So around the US, you can find the 5 folder, 5 directory. Then each one has at least 2 image file. Like for example, the Dallas here, Dallas, Bridgeport, and Connecticut, the Key West, LA, but it's a wrong place. So your job is make them correct. So which means the LA should be California, not like this. Instead, you are going to use the command line. And first going to the California. And so Dallas should be moved to under Texas. So MV, Dallas, JPG, parent directory under Texas. Okay, then Dallas is moved. Let's check with this. Texas, yes, Dallas is correct. So your job is only using, do not use this one like this. There's nothing you can learn. Using command line, please correct all this image file under the correct directory. Okay, this is your homework. So hopefully you guys can finish after this one. And thanks so much for your participation. And thank you. The Friday for episode line editor.